what do you know about Walt? Walt gave you the talking mouse, he gave you the Magic Kingdom, he gave you animation. Walt rocked. And then, if you look a little bit deeper, there's someone that's next to Walt, and that's Roy Disney. Roy gave us the talking mouse, Roy gave us animation. Roy changed our childhood. There's a great story of a Monday morning, and it's told that Walt comes whistling into his office, and there's Roy. He hasn't slept a wink. And Roy says, Walt, that idea, you know that idea? I can't stop thinking about that idea, Walt. That idea, that little idea you had, is going to cost us over $2 million. $2 million, Walt. And Walt's response was, Roy, why do you bother me with these insignificant details? And it turns out that wherever there is invention, there's this yin and yang. There's this Walt and Roy. I don't know how much you know about the Wright brothers, but if you look into them, Orville was nuts. I mean, he couldn't get a good grade in school. He was always in trouble. He was always hurting himself. And there was his older brother, Wilbur, straight A student, jock, lettered in 4 different sports, had a full ride scholarship to Yale. And his senior year in high school, he took a hockey puck to the face, knocked out all his teeth. He was so horrified and embarrassed to be around women that he decided not to go to college at all and to stay home and work on the family business. And that was really good news for his younger brother because he kept him from killing himself while he was trying to learn how to fly. Every time his younger brother would want to take off on a trip, he'd say, hold on a second, let's do some measurement, let's make sure we're right, let's do a few more tests. And sure enough, that yin and yang got them off the ground. So I see this Walt and Roy, and I call this Walt and Roy an idea monkey and a ringleader. An idea monkey is someone that inspires with big ideas and imagines things that are possible. They're completely divergent. And then there's the ringleader. That's the convergent person that says, is this really possible? Shouldn't we test it? What's the best way to make this happen? You look at Steve Wozniak, a great idea monkey, and then Steve Jobs, who actually is an amazing ringleader. He could make connections and build business models around the ideas that Wozniak was having. There's Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Paul Allen actually wrote a book recently called The Idea Guy. He was on 60 Minutes talking about how, man, I had all these ideas and I should get credit for these ideas. But Bill would say, no, 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 wait a minute, we can do something with that one. So there's that dynamic again, the ringleader and the idea monkey. Which are you? Are you more about convergence, about getting things done, about making sure that you mitigate risk and you measure everything? Or are you more about divergence, new ideas, new possibility? If you're an idea monkey, the scattered thinking and lots of connection makes you feel strong. If you're a ringleader, it's all about process and what's first, second, and third. So there's this humility that comes with great leadership. What makes you feel strongest? Is it this picture where it's about divergence, or is it this picture where it's about process and convergence? Idea monkeys are about ideas, 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 ready, fire, aim, anything is possible. They're cheerleaders. They can convince you that they're onto something powerful. Ringleaders are about process, process, process. They have a plan, execute with precision. Let's make sure it is possible. Stay calm, stay focused, stay the course. At this point, it's very clear that I'm an idea monkey. What's interesting is that oftentimes ringleaders feel it's their job to save the company from these crazy idea monkeys. They think they're all about mitigating risk. So the question is, what are you? Are you Walt or are you Roy? Are you Orville or Wilbur? Are you about divergence or are you about convergence? The reason it matters is because companies that are run by idea monkeys fall off a cliff after 3 years. I mean, depending on which study you're looking at, it's 18 months, 3 years, 5 years at the most. And the reason is because idea monkeys keep having a new idea and they never get around to executing the most important ideas with precision and rigor. On the other end of the continuum are the Fortune 500 companies, which, and a lot of people don't realize this, on average are extinct after 40 years. Why? Because they become so good at mitigating risk that they forget how to have a new idea. So from our experience, inspire and empower. The best companies are a balance between Walt and Roy. They're a balance between convergence and divergence. And the practices that I'm showing you here are to bring that balance into play, to make sure that you're in balance.